This is the plaintiff, Jonathan Nizan. He says he lived in the defendant's house, and as it turns out, the woman's certifiably crazy. She'd show up unannounced, move all the furniture into the corner of the room, and even threw his laptop on the floor, rendering it useless. He was brought up to respect his elders, but this has gone too far, and he has no other choice but to sue the woman for the $2,748.97 worth of damages she caused. This is the defendant, Mary. She says the plaintiff was renting a room in her house with use of the kitchen and bathroom, but the living room was off limits. Not only did he and his friends uncover her couches, they used them and damaged them to boot. He also had an unauthorized person living there, and when she told him the party was over, he decided to file this bogus lawsuit. She's accused of taking things a bit too far.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated and come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Jonathan Nizan?
Yes.
Okay, you are suing Mary. You've asked to be referred to only by your first name, and we'll respect that, for your former landlord, for $2,748.97 in damaged items and emotional distress, because apparently she made your life a living inferno in your last month. Tell me what happened.
Okay, you ready? Basically, we moved in. I went to Divers Academy International. It's a diving
What is
school.
that?
It's a school for commercial deep sea diving,
Okay.
like underwater welding construction.
Okay.
But moved into the house October 4th, 2010. The deal was move in the weekend before you start school, move out the day of graduation, not before, the day of.
Okay.
So we moved
And
into...
do you have something in writing that says what you just said?
Unfortunately, I do not. There was never any official lease.
How did you get this, quote, deal?
It was through the school. The school's kind
How
of
does the school not have, the school didn't bother to get the understanding in writing?
Correct.
For you? Okay, so go ahead.
So moving into the house to start school, about 2 weeks after we move in, I lived in New York originally, came back home for the weekend, came back, my roommates made me aware that Mary, she took all the furniture out of the house. By furniture, I mean the couches. I actually have a picture of her taking the couches out of the room and taking all the stuff, putting it into storage in the back of the house that's unaccessible by us.
Okay.
So
when she does that, do you say, what are you doing? Like,
I asked her, what are you doing?
And what did she say?
And she said that we damaged the couch. My roommates and I, we asked her to show us this supposed damage of the couch. She refused to show us the damage. Instead, she just would start changing the subject, saying, this is my furniture. You don't care about the furniture. After you move out, I live here. And, you know, it wasn't that big of a deal. She left us 3 lawn chairs to sit on. All we wanted.
and a couple of flamingos? Yeah. All right.
Anyway, so she left us the lawn chairs. You know, furniture wasn't that big of a deal. We still had a place to put our TV, and we had...
In that living room?
Yes, in that living room.
In that living room. She had her own room in the place?
Yes.
And would she stay in that room?
Maybe 3 times, 4 times out
In
of
the
the
whole
entire
5 months?
Exactly.
Okay, but she'd come in a lot more often?
Yes.
Okay, and how are things deteriorating between you two, and why?
Okay, so it was a week and a half before our final
Okay.
exam. Our teachers even said, listen, this is, no matter how good you did in school, doesn't matter. You got to pass your final, do whatever you got to do. And I'm quoting him, even if you got to go to each other's houses. So at around 10:30 at night, Mary comes over, and there were 4 people in the house, myself, my roommate, and 2 of my fellow classmates. She comes in, start yelling, the party's over, the party's over. There was no party. There was Gatorades and Xbox and us studying. She starts yelling, saying the party's over, everyone has to leave. At that point, you know, we felt embarrassed. Like, all right, let's get out of here. We'll go to our friend Josh's house to do this, and then we'll come back and whatever, smooth everything over. But when we come back to the house, we see that, and I have pictures of everything, the thermostat, the windows, the doors, those are all taped shut. We see that all of the smoke detectors, if they're even still there, are disabled and not functioning. All the furniture, like even the TV stand was turned around, and everything was completely empty. This is crazy. We're like, and
what is this a picture of? What is taped there?
That's the thermostat that she taped up, that we can't change the climate in our own living quarters. So now we see all this, and we're like, this is ridiculous. We have to report this to the school. So we go to the school the next day, tell the school about all of our problems. We say, listen, we have a week and a half left. All we want to do is just move out, get the rest of our money that's owed for the rest of the month. So the school asked us, what is it that you want us? What is it that you want? So we said we want the furniture back, the ability to watch TV again, and she made us move our TV out. That same night. Furniture, the TV.
I mean, is she screaming while this is going on? Are you guys having a full-blown...
She's hyperventilating. She comes in as if we were having a rager. There was 4 people over with the TV on. That's it.
And the finals were the next day, or they were a week away?
Finals was a week away.
Okay.
So now we want the furniture, the TV, and we paid our last month's rent. There's no reason for us to have any more communications for the rest of the time we're here.
So you tell the school, all right, we'll give up our request for the remainder of the month's rent, and we won't go to a hotel. We'll stay here if she puts back the furniture, lets us watch TV there, and stays out of her hair.
Exactly.
And
the school contacted us later on in the day, said she agrees to everything.
So you guys go ahead and move back in, because she's agreed to everything.
We got peace and
How's that work out for you?
Great. She doesn't call us, doesn't contact us. We had the couches, we had TV. It was great. We had a place to study. So now a week goes by. It's the day before our final exam / graduation / the day that we move out. My roommate and I go to our friend's house, study, last minute study and everything. We come back at around between 10:30 and 11 o'clock at night. We see that there's a car in the driveway. Like, what is this? We see the front door wide open. So we pull up, we run in. We thought we were getting robbed. Instead, it was Mary inside the house. She took all the furniture back, threw that all out. Then I walked upstairs to my room, and I have a picture of her with the sign posted, "No trespassing, keep out."
Okay.
So I go upstairs.
Posted, "No trespassing, keep out."
So I go upstairs.
I can't wait to hear your side. Just wait for him to finish.
I go upstairs and I see all of my belongings, everything, my comforter, all my clothes, all my belongings now scattered all over the floor. And then I go to my computer and I see there's a dent right here in the middle. Right there, and on the complete other side of the screen, that's where the major damage is on the laptop. That's when I call the police.
And what happens when the police come?
Police came, they asked my side of the story. While I was trying to talk to the police, Mary kept on trying to interrupt and then became uncooperative. And then the police asked her, "What are you even doing here?" Her reason was that she was there to change the locks. Keep in mind, it's 11 o'clock at night.
And according to you, you have a right to be there until the next day.
The right to be there the next day. There's no locks.
All right, how else are you damaged? You have the computer damage. You want your last month's rent back because of all the turmoil. And according to you, you're missing a watch and some clothing.
Yes.
And the rest is pain and suffering.
Yes.
Mary, let me hear from you. What exactly was going on in this place?
The problem started when I went there 10 days, 12 days before, and I saw them having the other 2 guys in the room that it was locked.
What do you mean, the room that it was locked?
The room, it was empty. And when the other guy a month ago left, I locked the room and I said, there is no reason to no one to get into this room. But I went the next week, I saw 4 guys, 2 of the students and 2.
And where were the 4 guys?
They were in the living room, and I went upstairs and I saw the room open with no sign on it. Take off the tapes from the lock, and there were blankets on the bed.
Okay.
My blankets, not their blankets.
Okay. So you
I
concluded that they were illegally using the room.
They were living there.
And then you felt the 2 guys who he says were studying there were living there.
Of course, maybe they paid rent for that.
Okay.
And for this reason, these people, they went so upset and they wanted revenge.
All right, so now they say to you, can you just stay away and let's just finish the week in peace, and that sounds good to you.
Yes.
Why are you in there the day before graduation?
Because I went the night to be there in the morning. If they finish...
But you just told me you agreed with the school to wait it out and not be there until they're done.
But they finish already.
No, they're finished 24 hours later. 24 hours after the time you chose to come.
They did have to study.
Stop. You know you went in there a day early. Then you saw stuff you didn't like, and then you started to do what? You're moving the stuff around and getting a locksmith?
No. the guy supposed to live in his room, not in the other room. And he kept
Did you move his computer?
room. He kept.
Did you move his computer?
I moved all the stuff from the room and I put in
Really carefully?
Yes. he
Really
was in
carefully? Because I
front.
think you dropped it
No,
or
no, no.
drop kicked it.
No,
because
I
there's a
didn't.
big old dent.
I didn't touch.
And where the dent is here,
No.
that's exactly where the crack is on the screen.
didn't touch.
See, that's why you have to hold on to your urges and wait until the next day. Because then all of a sudden you find yourself getting sued for damaging someone's stuff when we all know you touched it.
I didn't touch the computer.
Yes, you did. You just told me I moved the computer.
But
Why are you saying I didn't touch a computer now?
I didn't break the computer.
Oh, but you touched a computer.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. If somebody moves in with you and they are a nightmare, they start making all this noise and playing music and having parties, can you move their stuff around or just to make it harder for them to party?
No, I don't think so. It's their private property. You can't touch them.
But they're driving you insane.
Yes, but it's their own thing, so you really have to talk to them first.
You can't protect yourself there?
No, I don't think it's necessary to move their things. It's their stuff, so.
It's their stuff and it's sacred. Going inside the courtroom.
I moved
You touched the computer.
I moved from the desk to the
I didn't
the
touch the
counter.
computer. How is that I didn't touch the
didn't
computer?
break.
Did you take his watch?
No.
Did you take
No.
clothing?
No.
You
Nothing.
just moved his stuff.
Your Honor,
Nothing. Nothing.
I'm sorry.
This is a big lie.
Okay.
For what reason I take the watch? For what reason I take the clothing stuff?
Okay.
No. They are big liars.
What? Do you have a receipt for the purchase of your laptop?
Yes, I do.
May I see it?
And I also have an estimate of how much the same exact computer would cost me if I were to
Yeah,
buy it today.
I want to see your estimate. Did they ever throw any parties there?
Paris?
Parties? Did you ever see alcohol there? Did you ever see a violation of the rules?
Yes, they were drinking, and they were having people. My house, it was like a hotel. They used to call all the time people sleeping in there, but in the rules says that no visitors, no drinks, no parties.
How do you know they were drinking?
Because I had she saw the bottles from beers and alcohol in the house all the time. They were drinking and they were partying. And they had the girlfriends there because when I slept into my house one night, I saw the girl coming out from the other room, not his room, from the other tenant's room, and going out.
According to your answer to the complaint, you also say that you caught them urinating in the bushes. Tell me about that.
Yes, they used to urinate in front of the door to the bushes, and now the bushes are dead.
Oh.
I needed 5 years to grow them up.
Right.
5 years, and now the bushes, they don't come out again.
Right.
Because of the urine.
Okay.
You know. And I told them, don't urinate. Oh, no, me? No. The other guy, I said, you scratch the freezer. Because you put all your tools on the freezer. You don't supposed to put the tool on the freezer. And he said to me, no, it's not me.
Let me tell you a couple things. I don't think this is working out for you, and I don't think that you should keep doing this. But if you're going to keep doing this, you need to rent to an older person who has been a homeowner.
I'm doing this now.
Right, because you can't, you have set yourself up for a lot of disappointment. Okay? You also have an unrealistic expectation of what your obligations are. You do not have the rights to do what you did. You lost your right to say, this is my house, when you decided it wasn't and you were renting it out. You can't start moving people's stuff. It is illegal. You cannot do that.
No.
Stop talking and listen. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. So already, when you do that, you are starting behind the 8 ball in court. Because I know that you are mad, you are indignant, and you are moving stuff because they don't have a right to be in there. I don't care. You're not understanding me. Even if it's exactly like you say, and he has absolutely no right to that room, you don't have a right to do anything but go to court. You can never go in and just start taking things into your own hands. You don't have that right. You knew you had no business there that night, and then you went in there anyway, the night before their final exams and their graduation. Either way, put your hand down because you're not going to talk anymore. The night before their final exams and their graduation, you go in there and make their life impossible. and that's going to cost you. It's not going to cost her what you think it's going to cost her. It's not a $3,000 case, but I am, in fact, going to order you to pay the depreciated value of the computer, and I'm going to assess that at $400, and the month's rent is $450. I'm going to order you to return $200 of that, because I think that you did have absolutely no respect for the concept of tenancy. And that means a judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $600. That is my verdict.
Hold on right there, please.
Well, $600 goes to the plaintiff, so step over here, the defendant, Mary, the landlord. What's your reaction?
I feel sorry for this country that they put its safety to their hands because they are divers from the Divers Academy, and they are liars and alcoholics and.
You still want to be a landlord? You're still going to rent the house to students?
No, never again.
All right, around the corner this way and sign your documents on the way out. Don't tape anything up on the way out. But what's your reaction to this outcome? You satisfied what you got here?
Justice was served, and people think that they could take advantage of young adults. They're in for a rude awakening.
On the final, damaged by all this chaos you had to go through beforehand?
95, class 1010.
All right, Harvey.
Okay, Kurt, here's the deal. If you start messing with somebody's stuff that you're not allowed to mess with, you're going to have a really hard time proving in court that you didn't damage it. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.